Time again. Actually, it's not time. This is not the time. I just pulled up. I just pulled up to the spot. I was about to have a good time, and then here he comes. Here he comes to wreck my day. Fucking Russell. Alright, hold on. Bear with me. I don't need my intro right now. I'll introduce myself after I remember what he just said. He said, my dreams keep me up. I can't, my dreams keep me up. I can't sleep. Someone, some, I don't know what the fuck he just said, dickhead, but it was important. He said that his dreams keep him up at night. He can't sleep. He's carrying more than he weighs, and he's antsy. That's how he starts, and he's like, it's important to accept the challenge, and then you have to keep moving. But ultimately, okay, the whole point of it is, what the fuck are you dreaming about that you can't sleep? I am smart. What are you literal, right? Like, what key point of this whole question? Not just for him, for the general collective. What is it that you desire so badly that you can't breathe? And do you really need? Is it really good for you? Is it a yes? If he tells me he wants to fucking grab me, I'm gonna slap the shit out of this guy. I'm gonna slap the shit out of this guy, bro. I told him, you're gonna be my date to go accept my Grammy. And this was something I didn't want. But something that was destined for me. And that's it. It's like, are you just chasing these wants and desires because you feel you have to have it to be equal to or the sum of that was God. God made me do this. There was the Holy Spirit. I'm accepting this on behalf of them. I was glad to take part in this, but I was just a mess. Peace out, Mom, for making my life. I know my powers are limited, so are yours. But in the sense of, what are you fucking, what's keeping you up at night? What's thing? It's a dream that you're chasing. Sounds like a fucking nightmare you keep living. Is it really going to make you happy and everything will be set free and you'll have peace once you get this thing? Or you've just been chasing this thing for so long that, you're just chasing the tail. You're literally Lewis Hamilton going around in circles. He knows every turn. It's super funny to me. It's a bunch of gerbils. Like, all right, go out there, don't touch each other, and have a good race. He touched my car. He cut me off. We're driving. Stop playing around. I had no choice. Get out of my way. It's so funny. So I'm going. Then when they're all out there with the same stupid ass mentality, gonna win, gonna win, gonna win, gonna win. Talk about a flock of sheep, bro. Or a fucking flop of shit is what I said. Lewis, are you stressing this race? The next race? The last race? Which race are you stressing? You're just stressing the race, right? Why do you keep racing if it's such a stress? Like, this is stressful shit. You like the high stress levels. He's addicted to being stressed out. That's why he jumps out of planes and shit and like, enough. Enough. It's an emergency message. It's an SOS. It's simplistic. It's like, I'm carrying more than you see, is what he says. More than my weight. What the fuck is going on in the parking lot, for real? I'm going on in the parking lot. That sounded funny. Everything I say is hilarious. Anyways, I mean, I heard you, but did you hear yourself? Did anybody hear this guy? Can you guys relate to this? Okay, cool. That's cool. Now here I come to seal the deal. What the fuck are you carrying at night? Let it go. Let go and let God. Like going back to it, am I stressing my music career? When God gives me inspiration and tells me what to do, I do it. Oh, that reminds me, I'm supposed to get it a notepad to start writing some of this music. But I'm not stressing shit. And anything that I have that I went to bed with the night before, but best believe I wake up in the morning and got to pour it out to you. You know what we didn't talk about last night? Let me talk about my feelings about what happened yesterday. Let me talk about all this shit that's still bothering me. Don't you pay for therapy? Instead, we gotta hear it on fucking your songs. In essence, it's like I can't go to sleep. There's shit that's keeping me up at night. What is the answer to that? If you go to anyone, you should talk to somebody about what it is. Bing, bing, bing. Thank you. Here we go again. Have you talked about those things to someone? Because they're gonna tell you the same thing. Let it go. Leave that's no longer serving you. Leave your burdens to God. Trust God. Give it to God. They always say, let go. Let go and let God. In essence, everything will be all right if you stop trying to control what you know. In essence, you created the madness. You want something so bad and you're going to fucking move all mountains to get it. And you're trying to move God's mountains. They're not yours to move. He put them in front of you so you can either, climb them or sit there going around them 50 years. Like, I don't give a shit. This is a fucking mountain of surrender. You can't, you're not more powerful than God. It goes back to it. God, I want this. Did he fucking tell you no? He doesn't usually. He's pretty kind about that. He doesn't stop you. He just lets you learn. Because really, even if you get it or don't, you're going to learn. Even if you get it or don't. Going back to it, some of these punk-ass artists get a Grammy their first year. Doesn't mean they become any better. They're not worth any more money. They're not famous. Most of us don't even know them. They just hit the jackpot the first time. Right? That's the wheel of fortune, as they call it. Some of these people get super duper discovered and they go real big, real fast. And that's that guy. What the fuck was that guy's name? Jack. He almost tried to put his dick on you. What was his name? That black rap boy that said he was gay and he made the Old Town Road song. He came out of fucking nowhere, bro. And he became the biggest thing. He was in all kids' music and all this crazy shit. He just hit it big. Doesn't mean that he's got any bigger skills. He just hit the jackpot. He learned real quick what it meant to be big. And then he realized, it made him real small. You know what I mean? Lizzo got real big. You know what I mean? Put herself bigger than life on people. And then learned, humility. That's just it. You ride the wave. And some people can't want to ride to the top to feel that humility. Because you can't just stay at the top. It's not designed for you to. It's not designed in such ways. We climb mountains all the time. We just want to see what it feels like to be on the top for a minute. And then you got my freaking celebrities that want to hold on to the top. Or those that think they haven't got there already. Bro, you got there. You lived everybody's dream. And you just keep reliving this, like trying to re-experience it and think it's going to get any better. And it's just getting worse for you. Like, dream another dream. Dare to dream. There's so many things that you are better at that you could, do with your time. You might not be famous for it, but you're already famous, so whatever you do, you're going to make famous. You know what I mean? It's not that will make you famous. You're already famous, assholes. Anything you do just adds to it. You don't need something to add to you. And in essence, the music didn't make you famous. You added to the music and made your own music famous. You want a certain level of fame. What level is that? You want everybody to know your name? Why? Does that matter to you? Because then everybody's going to judge you. Everybody has an opinion on you. The more they know about you, the more opinions they have about you. They either like you a lot, or they don't like you at all. Who cares? Why'd you put them in your life? Why'd you make them, you know what I mean? Their opinion of you matter. Now you gotta live up to this. I hope they like me. Because if not, they're not gonna like me. Those are the options, dickhead. Those are always the options. They're either gonna like me or not. You wanna be likable, or you accept that they might not. I might not. You know, that's Dr. Evil. How about no? Why don't you like them? I don't know. There's something about them. That's it. It's like, I don't like your frequency. You come from a slimy place. You have low vibrational conversations. You do stuff that I don't agree with. There's lots of people that like you. That's cool. I can love you. I can show you love. I don't have to like you. I can show you love, but I don't like to be around people I don't like. Going back to it, if you like the industry so much, then how come you don't be in the industry? You don't like the people, you don't like the players, you don't like anything about it. You just want to be part of it. I don't get it. Going back to it, to the rest of you. What do you think about before you go to sleep? What are you dreaming about? What are you chasing at tomorrow? For the rest of your life, what are you hoping to get? Is it something that you know that God is going to give you in this life? Like, I'm hoping to be happily married. So you have to work at it? How about just work it yourself and watch somebody like you come to you? Right now, the people that are like you are coming to you, and that's why you don't have good relationships, because you're not in a good place. You're not coming from a good space. Do you know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, that's the evolution, as we attract. In the essence, it's made for you. What's made for you is going to find you. I want a good job. God's got a great job for you. But you're not ready for it. You're not ready to be in that place of greatness. You're still working on yourself. Shut up, Russ. Stick by my side while I'm working on me. Him and his songs, dude. Who listens to this shit? Apparently, that's what he posted right now. 400,000 people, 400,000 streams. He's so proud of his numbers. This guy is not such a numbers. In essence, I was laughing to myself. I told everyone I wear a size 10. Shorty's a 10. And I was so laughing at it. I was like, guys want to know how big that is. It's your waist. I'm 10 inch. My waist is 10 inches. So I said, take your little girl and add some on it, and you're going to get me a 10. In the essence, it's funny. Going back to it. No, I'm not a fucking 2. It's 10 inches. That's what it is around my waist. 10 inches. That's what that means. Going back to it. It's like numbers. Numbers. If we were going by the larger number, I was bigger than life before. Now I'm, as small as everyone else. In the essence, it's like, I stood out when I was bigger. Now I'm just like every other small broad. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have freaking, whatever. Going back into it, it's like numbers. This guy. Doesn't matter. You worked all that hard. You went through all those emotional roller coasters for 400,000 streams. And however many fucking albums you sold. And you said you was going to have to sell them for the rest of your life. Did you pay your taxes before you did all this? I feel like you're going to be paying your taxes for the rest of your life spending all like this. Not my problem. Again, this sounds like a you problem and why numbers might be so important to you. Go back to 0. At least from 0, you can start over. If you're over here trying to keep numbers up, how are you holding numbers up? That's so stupid. Or trying to get my numbers up. They're numbers, bro. They fluctuate. He's just a goofball. And to the rest of you, quit fucking stressing. The fuck are you stressing? If you're doing something that's stressing you, stop doing it. You're not supposed to do things you don't like that don't bring you happiness. I don't be stressed out. I stress myself out because I don't want to do it. Not because I have so much to do. It's because I don't want to do it. In the essence of, like, what's stressing me out? Laundry? I mean, I have to do it. It's not like, it's just, I stress myself out because I don't want to do what I have to do. I don't be doing shit I mean, like, I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. And the rest of you are, like, chasing after shit that you don't have to. You don't need to. You just put yourself in this and get all stressed out in it. Like, this is my new job, and I'm going to stress over it. You could do something so much easier, dude. It gives you a lot more time to play. It's my new relationship. It's stressing me out. You should probably leave that. That's not good for your health. I guess you're there to learn some lessons, I suppose. Told you, with your panties down, over there thinking about selling pictures of your feet at this moment because you seen you ain't got no dick. Fucking Ken, I told you that's a vagina. You're out here with your fucking pulling up your vagina and shit, showing all your femininity. All your, dude, vulnerability. It's not what I said to do. Stop taking my words out of context and put them into play. Gosh, quit playing with me. Playing with my emotions. That's what you are. You fucking irritate me. I'm gonna go in and have some fun now. And you go over there and stress, or maybe just let it go. Now he's like, dude, he always gotta stress the next song. He's such a pain in the world. He is such a pain in his own ass, to be honest. We just get to watch it. Just like me, I'm such a pain in my own ass. You are not bothering me. I am bothering myself. In the sense of, that's what it is. He's creating his own madness, and he just keeps getting mad at himself in the madness. Fucking Lucifer. What a wiener. It's like, you can't tell him shit. Kanye, are you catching on? I feel like Kanye is starting to listen. Do you know how embarrassing that is, Russ? Again, you put yourself outside of this thinking that you're all better than us and that you're not part of our team and you're not, you don't need us. We need each other to learn from each other. And I gotta say, dude, Kanye is showing some kind of sense of life. Yeah, he's still programmed to be Kanye every moment he wakes up. But every day he has to make a choice. And some days he chooses to be Kanye, and some days he chooses to be Ye. And, that's what's going back to it. It's like, these are hard decisions every day. I got to deal with me and try to be a better me. And, the world's all eyes on me and shit. And I'm just going to act a fucking fool. Some days. But some days you got to wake up, bro. And I'm serious. I think he's catching the wave. And you're just over there waving your hands trying to sell this fucking album. It's okay, because Mike Stud's trying to sell tickets to his fucking tour. And you just announced you're going on tour. Oh my God, Becky. Now he's going to try to sell. Oh God. So in essence, this is what it looks like to the basic artist, dude. It's a lot of work. But what do you want this for? What is the purpose of your face? As it comes from the movie Home. What is the purpose of your face? Why are you out here looking like that? Is what he's saying. In the sense of, all right, you launched the first one. Okay. Now it's on to the next, which needs another same publicity stunt or bigger. And you keep doing this until, like, how many? 3, 4, however many you feel. Now you're going to drop an album. Now you're going to go on tour, so now you got to push tickets while you're still pushing. Trust me, dude, I was going crazy doing all this, but I was still doing it while I was being spiritual. You got to keep your fucking reels going. You got to keep all your platforms up to date. You got to show your personal life, plus your, you got to show your journey, plus your, your accolades, plus this, and plus, you're a great person, and I'm a mom too, and I'm all these great things, and just, show the world all that you got. And it's like, you keep doing it, and yeah, what's the outcome? What are you trying to do this for? And that's where I'm like standing here. Are you fucking trying to get a Grammy again? Or are you trying to bail yourself out of financial debt that you put yourself in? Is this going to work? You're going to do the same thing you did last year, hoping that it's going to work this year? Ultimately, what the fuck, Chuck? This is like, God, he's the thorn in my flesh. He pushes my limits of compassion, understanding, and love. You think it would be Kanye, but I don't give Kanye much of my time. Right? I just don't. Like, Kanye did what? For how many cookies? Literally. What the fuck, Russ? And to the rest of you, look, don't chase after a career of a general manager being a fucking ant for 20 years just so you could get up there and work even harder for the rest of your life. Again, Kendrick Lamar is all. He did that. That's exactly the point. I want to point this out. What happened to the last Super Bowl, right? The last Super Bowl, right? It was fucking Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. I think 50 Cent was out in that bitch. And some Mary J. Blige. After it was done, they all had to go back to doing exactly what every single artist, whether it's me or them, do. The same protocol. We've got to release a single, we got to put a video, we got to do some reels, we got to make this some TikToks, we got to get this all over the place. One project after another, after another, after another. Then you're on the road. While you're on the road, you're working on your next project. They expect you to be working on that next project, which is your next album. While you're still doing all of this performing for this album and pushing all of this album, you're still supposed to be working on your next album. It's a constant projection, and there's supposed to be a growth, but it's like you make it a fucking lifestyle and you're a fucking slave worker to fucking your creativity when it was just amazing and fun. And now it's a fucking industry and you have a certain deadline where you got to turn in so much work. You work for yourself? You're independent? How's that working out for you? And then I get really upset and I take a breath and I'm going to end here. And then God gave me a message to give to Marshall Mathers of how to change that structure to where people didn't have to do that to be heard. And other people could hear this great music and decide what they wanted as great music. And they could find it by the click of their fucking wrist. And instead, he wants to be the greatest in the world when he can create the greatest evolution of music for the world. Why are you competing? And that goes back to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton knows everything about driving those cars. Those cars were created every year. Let me explain what those cars are actually meant for, and this is what my dad explained to me. They create this new car based on those cars and the data that comes back from these. Now, this is what you don't understand. These were just meant to test. We're going to test evolution of cars, how fast they can go and where we can push the limits if we made a car to this specification. They're fucking lab rats, assholes. And we turned it into a competition, the Hunger Games. Each factory made, each industry that creates cars has a year they can create the best car, and we can see how it runs on different terrains and different altitudes at different, you know what I mean? What if we put one with a bunch of, so they're testing these cars based on the data. They turn that over, and that's where they manufacture our next year's car. 2025 cars are that from 2023 Formula One cars. All of the dynamics and all of that is put in from these cars. They push these cars to the limit, and that's it. Where did Mercedes AMG come from? How do they keep getting better? Because they're coming, you know what I mean? They're coming from the factory that Lewis drives in. He knows everything about these cars. The dynamics of what a car is and what a car can do. And all he does is drive, and he'll tell you he doesn't like to drive. There's so much understanding. He is an actual database, and that's why they look to him. That's what they need from these drivers. They need them to understand these cars. They can't put any dummy in these cars. They've put too much. They put billions of dollars into this car for this year. They want to see what it can do. And at the end, yeah, they'll give them some money back and they get a trophy, but that's not what's funding this. What's funding this is the next year's vehicle that we the market, purchase. We're purchasing those engines. We're purchasing those upgrades. We're purchasing those fucking, you know what I mean? Those parts. They're using the best parts to understand what parts they're going to put in the car for us and how they work. He doesn't see the bigger picture. So going back to our NFL players, what are they doing? They're watching them so they can train new players. It's it. Artists right now, right? So the new artists are watching old schools like us so they can be where we are. But the old school artists like Eminem, they're studying the younger generation so they can stay where they are. Do you see how it's this never-ending flow and cycle of, you know what I mean? How you're just a micro in the macro and you can step back from the part that you played and be a bigger part of what's being played. Meaning, I've been part of this industry, now I'm here to change it. I'm going to take all that I know and change the whole thing. You're a mole. You're a worker. You're there just to figure it out and how to make it better for the next people. Is the evolution, but not when you're caught up in the fucking, you know what I mean, in the mechanism of what it is. So going back to, you start out as a fucking, a cart pusher at Walmart. Then they teach you how to work the fucking cashier at the register. Then they take you back and they start showing you how inventory comes in. Then you start learning how they fucking hire people and train people. You start learning all areas of this. That's what I do. I cross-train. I start at entry level and I cross-train. I work the ladder. I work all these places, and now I see how this whole industry works. And now I have the knowledge to run a business just like this. Ta-da! And I move on. I know how this works. And I think I get to a point where I feel like I can do this better. I can't, you know what I mean? I know that this can be done better, so it's time for me to go. Ta-da! You guys just need to learn your lesson. And how long do you want to sit in the same industry being a part of that industry, or you can learn how to be part of many industries? Where am I going into? The film industry! Ta-da! I mean, Marshall did it too. What'd they do? They gave him a fucking Oscar or some shit. You were the best actor of that year. Congratulations. Let's see you act again. And that's why he's, going back to it. It's like Russ. You fucking were the best-selling author of that day. Ta-da! All right, do it again. Or not. Just accept the greatness. And that goes back to fucking James Hunt. Nikki is like, why? You're not going to come back next season? He said, I spent my whole life to win a championship. I just won it. I'm going to enjoy it. And Nikki was sad because it's like, it's not going to be the same challenge without you pushing me. You were my greatest competitor. I know. I came to, but I won. It's not about how many times I won. I wanted the feeling of winning. There's more to life than winning. And Nikki, you know what I mean, blew off his, he was going to beat his ass. And that's it. It's not, Lewis, it's not even about beating Max. It's just about beating himself. He's beating himself up through this. And going back to fucking Marshall, they're beating themselves up. So is fucking Russ. And this is a boring-ass conversation that I spent 30 minutes in the parking lot talking about. Beat your meat with your feet on the toilet seat if you please. But I whatever you like. But I don't think you like it. Do you like it? Uh-huh. That's the way. Uh-huh. I don't think you like it. And you hate me telling you you're not happy. But it's obvious. Who could be happy in this? Stupid. And that's why all these fucking artists go crazy. Because they can't find happiness. And that's why all the artists of the past, the 27 Club and everyone above, come to me and tell me about this. And that's what Kanye and all of you are trying to advocate, is to break this industry. You can't break it from inside. It needs to crash completely. We can do it. We can do it. We'll leave it to Trump. He'll destroy music like everything else. We can create a new world. I mean, ultimately, he has it all, dude. You'd be like censoring the shit out of us. You can't say that. You can't do that. That's where it all came from, dude. That's where it all came from. Going back to, Bob Seger, going back to, 2 Live Crew, going back to all of them, dude. NWA, they said we can't talk like that. Fucking, Marilyn Manson to Marshall Mathers. You can't talk like that. Bitch, watch me. You can't hear me. Just because you can't hear me doesn't mean I can't talk like this. Do you feel me? Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.